All right. Test, test,
Test.
test, test.
4, 3, 2.
Hello and welcome to segment number 3 of Convincing Idiots. I'm Millennial Nick, alongside Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. And we can't get enough of you, and you clearly can't get enough of us, because here you are, back for a third segment. It seems like no matter how many segments we put out, no matter how many episodes, you can't get enough. You just keep coming back for more. It's like it never gets old to you. Much like on our main segment this evening, gentlemen, we are going to be discussing some of our movies that to us have infinite rewatchability. These are movies that you can watch time and time and time again and always enjoy for various reasons. So we're going to go around and we're going to discuss some of our favorite films of all time, certainly, but for specific reasons maybe, or for whatever reason that you come up with, what are some the movies you just can't watch it enough times? You never get sick of it. It never gets old. Infinite rewatchability. Dean, why don't you give us one of those right now?
All right. Well, this has been on lists prior for many different reasons, because it's one of the greatest films ever made. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your Huckleberry. Tombstone to me. If it is on, it is actually, it's one of those movies that I will reach out. Because a lot of movies, if you're flipping through, I'll watch it. I can watch this anytime, no matter where it's at. That I'll reach out and watch, multiple times. So, Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. I mean, the cast.
A lot
is
of great
amazing.
one-line, a lot of great quotable things in that movie. Yep,
totally. So, number one on my Mount Rushmore is Tombstone.
Yeah, I think that's one. It's like some of these movies. It's like it's no matter how many times you watch it, you always the emotions are always there, and that we know exactly what's going to happen. But every time I watch that movie, it still gets me excited. And then when Kurt Russell shoots the guy on the platform and has the marshal badge, every time I'm just like, "Fuck yeah!" You get that. You just get that emotion. You know what I'm saying?
I love
every
the
time.
one where he beats the shit out of Billy Bob Thornton in the beginning.
Yes, smacks him.
To me, that's my badass. It's like, fuck him. Like beating up the bully, and he ain't doing shit about it. Fuck him.
You gonna do something? He's gonna sit there and bleed.
One of the greatest lines. Come on, it's so amazing.
Yes, and arguably the greatest collection of mustaches in any movie.
Oh, absolutely.
It's up there.
Yeah,
it's up there. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
All right, Brian, what do you have on your list?
I'll give it to my shirt here. It's hard to see. I'm wearing a white shirt, and it's kind of hard to see what I have on
see
here.
It. Yep.
Animal House on my shirt. This is the movie poster. A couple scenes in that may not hold up the greatest today. I get it, but it just that some of these movies. It also depends on when it came out and like your connection to these films. You know what I mean? So
this being on your list, people might think you are a PIG pig.
That's right. Is it supposed to be this soft? Ali says that to me all the time. Is it supposed to be this soft? I don't know. I always think she's quoting the movie.
No, she's never seen it.
She must be.
Yeah, of course. No, but that was one that came out on cable when I was a young kid. It came out like in the early 80s. I think in late 70s, early 80s when it came out. John Belushi at his best. The cast is phenomenal. Just hilarious movie. Again, same type of deal. Quotable. I know exactly what's going to happen at every turn of that fucking movie. I could recite almost that entire movie, I feel like. But again, it's just how the lines and everything are delivered. It's beautifully shot. The scenes are great. So it's just hilarious. So Animal House.
Perfect.
There you go.
Nice.
To this day, I have the John Belushi college poster. He's wearing the college sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And the scene where the guy drops the case of Jack Daniels, and he's like, ah. This is that scene. He's kind of yelling for the
Right.
college. You've seen that poster of John Belushi. Still fucking hanging up on my stairway. Will it make it to the next house? No, absolutely not. Not in public anyway.
Not in such a prominent place, that's for sure.
No,
but it'll be there. No.
Maybe not in the stairway like it is at my place.
It'll either make
However,
your man cave or your man trash can.
That's right. But in this house, God damn it,
That's right.
John Belushi is proudly displayed. So that's it.
Yeah.
Who's up next, Nick?
That'd be me. Yeah. So similar to what you're saying about Animal House, right? Like I've seen this movie a million times. You know exactly how it goes. You know how it ends. I know where every climactic moment is. I can recite all the lines. I know, where every almost breath is in this movie. Slathered with batter, number 9. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it. It's just I can watch it over and over and over. The ending never gets
slathered with batter. Nice.
I agree. The
Number
ending
9.
is
Number 9, the 9th one. Is the best.
It's much better than 6, 7, and 8. Yes.
Sure. Yeah, they really hit their stride with 9.
8, they were getting their footing. They were getting their feels there.
Yeah.
And then really 9 to the moon.
In all seriousness, there's going to be a lot of comedies on my list because comedies are what I always enjoy rewatching the most. Mainly quotable lines and just like Brian said with Animal House, like just all the years of watching it and being able to quote it, and I don't know, just the strikes a chord. Happy Gilmore is always going to be one for me. Again, it overlaps with our favorite comedy movies. I'm sure I got a couple on here. But Happy Gilmore's
breakfast.
So damn it. Yeah, you pieces of shit for breakfast. No. Just so fucking good, man. Just such a, and I'm a big fan of movies with the delivery of lines in that movie is just so incredible. And Adam Sandler, especially a lot of his early movies like that. I mean, just the nuance of the way that things are said and lines are delivered, just so funny. He just had I don't really know how to explain it, but his movies really had a way of like kind of a unique feel for them. And Happy Gilmore is my favorite one ever. Mm-hmm. So Happy Gilmore is on my list.
That's
Dean.
All right, number 2. You watch this, you watch it again, you watch it again, and then you watch it again. Because you really want to get the feel for Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is rewatchable as his day is. Over and over again, very quotable. It's a good story. It's a fun story. Bill Murray is it's Bill Murray. What can you say, right? Ned Ryerson steals the show every time, no matter what. Him and his wet shoe.
Mm-hmm.
That was our name for trivia last night.
It's our trivia team name.
Ned Ryerson's wet shoe.
Nice.
Didn't help us but
no, you didn't help them. You didn't help them.
I didn't help them. I didn't help nothing. Groundhog Day is my number 2. Brian?
Good movie. I'm gonna give you another one with John. So John Belushi has 2 on my list that he stars in. The Blues Brothers. Now again, this is a movie. Again, it came out on cable as a kid. Every time it came on, it's just one of those movies. If it was on, we watched it. That was it. And then I eventually got a copy of it, and that was a movie. Animal House and Blues Brothers, for that matter. It was a thing where a bunch of us would go out to the bars, come back to our place, whether it be Cunningham and I had an apartment, and then Cooper and I, buddy, had a place as well, and it just want to put something on TV that was entertaining, made you laugh, and you don't want to think about what you're putting on. It was either the Blues Brothers or Animal House. So it transcended when we were kids watching those movies, growing up and watching it together, to your young adults and it's still on the television watching it. Just having fun, enjoying those films. So
I think it's also one of those movies that you get the jokes more when you get older. There's some that go over your head, and
Absolutely.
then as you older, you appreciate it a little more.
Yeah, I've had a lot of movies like that I saw as a kid, and then I watched it, and I'm like, oh, like it was always just a funny line before, and then when you kind of rediscover the joke, or you discover the joke for the first time, and you're like, oh, it's kind of fun to be able to.
And Naked Gun movies did that to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those like kind of weird adult lines that you're like, as a kid, you chuckle because everybody
silly,
else is
goofy, like whatever,
right.
but you don't
and then
really
when you're
get
older, you're
why.
like, oh, that's fucking great. That's a great joke.
That's it. Blues Brothers. There you
Nice.
go.
Me? Am I up? Okay.
Yeah.
Brian, we can treat that as a good segue. You got some John Belushi ones. I'm going to keep it all in the family here. Here's a Jim Belushi one. Ready for this? Jim Belushi film. You guessed it, Jingle All the Way. That's right, of course. It has infinite rewatchability for me because it is my favorite movie of all time. I never get sick of watching it. I watch it probably 3 to 5 times every Christmas season alone, not to mention Christmas in July and any other time throughout the year, which, I mean, it's not commonly on TV throughout the year when it's not Christmas time, but I could watch Jingle All the Way.
Now, when you're not watching,
all the way
you can read
through
it
the year. That's right. And now I can read the original screenplay. That is correct. So, Jingle All the Way obviously is my all-time fave. Love me some Arnold, love me some Christmas, and I love me some Turbo Man. And of course, Sinbad, who never did, in fact, play a genie coming out of a boombox. Jingle All the Way.
Correct.
Great,
that's not correct at all.
Great Jim Belushi film. Jingle All the Way. There you go.
Excellent.
I'm going to go on this theme of Jace. All right, because Jim Belushi was supposed to be in this film.
Okay,
it was written for him,
but he was busy doing Jingle All the Way.
No. I'm not Jim Belushi. I'm sorry, John Belushi.
John Belushi. Okay.
John Belushi was supposed to be in this film,
but he was busy supporting his brother doing Jingle All the Way.
No, him not breathing stopped him from doing the film. He was supposed to be in Ghostbusters.
Yes, good one. Yes,
Ghostbusters, and we have a new one coming out here this month or next month.
I think March. Yeah. March or April, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Looks good.
But the original Ghostbusters it's the definition of infinitely rewatchable. Anytime it's on, no matter what part of it you come to, you're sticking around to the end. It's quotable, like all of these movies probably should be. It is quotable and just amazing. And yep. The effects on it, especially for its time, were off the chart, right?
Yeah, holds up great.
Yeah, and today still they look great. So
great pick.
Ghostbusters.
Matter of fact, I just saw a new trailer for the new Ghostbusters, Dean, and they're really doing that franchise right. I mean, the old guys are in this one again, the new one, and they're paying more homages to the classic Ghosts. Yes, so Slimer makes an appearance in the trailer, the original Slimer, and a couple of other ghosts from, I think, the Librarian Ghost they run into again, or something like the Lion, the New York Public Library.
Right.
So just well done. I'm with you. That's actually a very good pick. I agree with you. I could watch that movie. I'd never get tired of that movie. Good stuff. Okay, so another one I grew up with as a kid that I still enjoy thoroughly to this day, Young Frankenstein. I've talked about this many times on the podcast. Like you said, it's made several lists of movies and all that. Some of the best work of Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn, Terry Garr, Peter Boyd. Just the cast is comedy gold. Great homages to the old classic Frankenstein monster movies. And as you guys know, I named my dog Igor after the great Marty Feldman's character Igor in the movie. I have a poster in my hallway, which again probably won't make it, but that's okay. That's all right to the next place. But love that film. Again, just never get tired of it. Peyton and I would watch it every Halloween season, and just became a viewing tradition in the house. So never get tired of that film. Young Frankenstein.
Good movie.
Nick?
Nice.
Yes.
Very good. Another one. Okay, I'll give you one here too that I grew up with. Has also been on common lists, and it's right up there with Happy Gilmore as far as all-time comedies. Potentially even it might even be more quotable to me personally than Happy Gilmore, and I just love it dearly. Wayne's World is just
Oh,
yeah.
a
okay.
masterpiece. I fucking love Wayne's World,
good.
man.
Good
It's
call.
so good. I've spent my whole life watching it and reciting it, and
Yes.
it all the same parts make me laugh just as hard every time. There's something so perfect about it. It's so funny when I've watched things about it, like what they never expected that movie to hit the way it did. I mean, it's obviously Wayne's World, as we all know, originated
shouldn't be a
as
good
a sketch
movie.
on Saturday Night Live. I mean, it's
Right.
and it was
It has no
they
business
tried
being as good as
other
it is.
yeah, they tried other movies for Saturday Night Live sketches, and it never really worked. And they really didn't expect that for Wayne's World. But man, just so brilliantly done. Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, just an incredible job. So funny and really encapsulates a certain place and time and in pop culture and a lifestyle,
When's the last time
if
you
you
watched
will.
it?
It's just probably I've certainly within the last 2 years. I mean, I watch it
Because the older
pretty
you get, the more you
frequently.
appreciate the very quick but subtle performance of Ed O'Neill behind Al Bundy.
Oh yeah,
As
yeah.
the
Stan
behind the donut shop.
Yeah,
So
Stan
good.
Mikita's Donuts. Yeah, yeah. Which is based off of Tim Hortons. It's essentially because Stan Mikita was a famous player for the Chicago Blackhawks,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
in Chicago, the Chicago area. So on it, they make the Stan Mikita's Donuts, which is a takeoff of Tim Hortons.
That's cool.
But yeah, yep. His name wasn't Stan because it was named after Stan Mikita. I can't remember what his name was. Yeah, why is it when you kill a man or whatever, but in cold blood, it's murder, but when you do it in the throes of passion or something, yeah, it's
So
something
good.
like that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very good movie. But yeah, Wayne's World. Wayne's World's up there for me. Dean.
Me. Well, then I'm going to go number 4 on my list. I'm going Jaws.
Yeah, good.
I saw it when I was a kid. It was what it was. But then when I had Carter, huge fan of sharks, we watched it. Maybe some say a little younger than he should have been, but I really got into it. Not only just the idea of how much he enjoyed it, but like it's just almost a perfect movie. Like the film, the cinematography, the camera angles, even the audio. If you listen to it. It's just a brilliant film. It's not just a blockbuster. It's definitely not one of those movies where, the book's better. Don't read the book. It's garbage. But the film is, again, perfect. It is to me, and I will watch it anytime. Over and over again. Yep. So Jaws.
All the scenes when the 3 guys are on the boat.
Yeah.
Is just some of the best film you're going to see. I mean, just the dialogue, the acting, the scene when they're sitting in the cabin. He's telling the story about the sharks and the water. Oh my God, it's just like it's just riveting dialogue. Yeah,
he wrote that. The night before.
Man,
what's his name? Wrote it himself.
Wow, phenomenal, good stuff. Let's see here. I've got. Well, I can't leave this off the list here. Star Wars: New Hope, the original Star Wars. I could watch again. I have watched it infinite times as a kid. Where it all started. Again, I know we've talked about it on our rankings and this and that. Several times on the show here, but again, it was the very first one. It has a beginning, middle, end. That's it. It's a complete movie. It doesn't have to tie into anything else. They didn't make it to tie into anything else necessarily. They didn't know if it was going to hit or not. So it's a very great, complete story. The introduction of all the classic characters. The acting is good. The storyline is great. Visuals far beyond its time, as we all know. So that's one Star Wars movie I could watch over and over again and just not get tired of it. It always takes me back without fail to those emotions and feelings I had as a young kid watching that movie for the first time. It still gets me excited, still gets me tense in the Death Star trench scenes and all the stuff. Again, you know exactly what's going to happen, but that's what makes it such a good film, is it puts you in those moments so well. So, Star Wars: New Hope.
Just a fun movie too. Like, just I mean, obviously sometimes you get so close to the painting that when you step back and you really think about it as just watching it, it's just a good, fun adventure movie. That you can take outside of the whole Skywalker saga, the multi-film thing, and just what a fun, enjoyable movie. And I mean, I'm assuming that's probably why they chose to make that one, is it was the easiest one to isolate and make its own kind of story, because they didn't know how popular it would be or that there would be anymore. But it's just a really good, fun, convenient, good little adventure movie, just a neat little packaged up all on its own. You could watch that movie and enjoy it as a standalone story every time.
Absolutely. I'll put that up against any of the, again, with the exception of the original trilogy. It'd be better than any other individual movie, any other ones, in my opinion, still, to this day.
Yeah,
so,
1000%.
There you go.
All right. My next one, the reason I put this one on my list is a little bit different. Nightmare Before Christmas. I put it on my list because it's not necessarily one of my all-time favorite movies, but the music's great. Yep. The storyline is unique and very good. But for me, visually, it is so, and especially when you put it back in 1992 or 4, whatever year it was made. I mean, the animation is so incredible, and when you stop and think about like all the effort that was put into every little minute detail and every little movement of every even background character and things like that, it's really striking to see and appreciate all the work that went into it, how well done it is, how amazing it still looks today. And like I said, to boot, the story's good, the music, the songs are catchy, the music's great, and it's just this wonderful little weird mashup of holidays and taking the kind of dark tones of Halloween and splashing the bright, Christmassy things, and the way that they kind of mash together and intertwine. It's just a really just beautifully done movie. So I just think most of all, from a visual standpoint, it's very rewatchable. You can always pick out things that you never really noticed if you just kind of really zone in on it and pay attention. There's always something new to see, I feel like, in it. And it's like I said, it's a really good, solid movie all the way around. I know both of my kids have gone through huge phases of it through the years of that's like being their favorite movie. We've saw it a million times when Lane was little. We saw it a million times when Oliver was little, because it's all they wanted to watch. And I have seen it a bunch of times, and it's always captivating every single time. So Nightmare Before Christmas.
1000%.
Good one.
Dean.
All right. Last on my list here is simple. It is Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep. Absolutely.
Talk about quotable. You can recite it. It's infinitely recitable, and not just like quotes. Like I'm reading the script along with it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I think it's time. Carter's 12. I told him I think it's time that he watches Dumb and Dumber. So I think that's going to be one that we put on and see if it holds up in this generation's eyes.
Yeah. So you're saying they still have a chance?
And there's
something
chance.
Like
we landed on the moon. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Swimmy. Oh, Samsonite. It's right on the briefcase.
Oh, way off. Look at that butt. Yeah,
I watched that a while. That's good. That's good. That is
still love beautiful accent. Where is it from? Where are you from? Austria. Austria, beautiful country. Throw another shrimp on the barbie. It's honestly, it's brilliant. It's brilliant how stupid it. Like the stupidity it's written with is brilliant. Like obviously, but like the jokes that are made to highlight how dumb they are. It's so brilliantly done.
Like, one of my favorite is not even a line. It's when he's getting in a snowball fight with her. Jeff Daniels, and he like starts like kicking her ass, like smashing her face until he realizes. So
She's
good.
playfully tossing one, and he just beams
Yeah.
her right in the fucking face with it. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's good.
Or when he's shitting and his legs are up in the air.
Yeah. Awesome.
stuff.
Yeah, good pick.
That's funny.
Brian?
Number one, I mentioned I think recently on other again on the list and all that. Again, never get tired of this movie. I laugh every single time I watch it without fail. I must watch it every summer season, or it's not the end of the summer until I watch this movie. Caddyshack, just love it. Just love it
Yep.
again. It connects me to when I was a kid. The friendship, watching the movie with Tim Lester has been on the show here a few times and others. So we had the connection as friends. Quoted 1,000 quotes. If you play golf and don't quote Caddyshack, then
Right.
if you're over 40 and don't quote Caddyshack on the golf course, then it's odd, if you don't know some of the quotes. Really, if you're over 40, especially. But I just love
I
that
defy
movie.
anybody at that age to putt and not at least in their head go no 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 no.
Absolutely. I know we talked about it recently because the Cindy Morgan, who was in Caddyshack, has passed away recently, so we kind of talked about it a little bit there. But anyway, just love it. One of my favorite comedies and favorite movies of all time. Is it the best movie in the world? Absolutely not. It just dumb, ridiculous, never took itself seriously, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So that's it. That's my 5.
All right. For my 5th, I'm kind of going to cheat because I don't know which one to pick. They're very different movies, but very much the same kind of tone, and I flip-flop back and forth in my head of which one I think is funnier on any given day. I've in the past said that I feel like if I ever met Jason Segel, we would be best friends. I just don't know what it is, but there's something about the way he writes movies or writes interactions with characters in movies that I don't know. It clicks with me. It's between Forgetting Sarah Marshall and The 5-Year Engagement. Both of those movies I never get sick of them. They are both incredible comedies, both within the last, Sarah Marshall's probably within the last 15, and 5-Year Engagement might be more like 10, but I fucking love those movies. I can watch them over and over and over again. Similar things that I liked about some of the older ones that I grew up with, like Happy Gilmore and Wayne's World. There's so many quotable lines, so many hilarious characters and interactions between characters. But yeah, I don't know. I'm picking them both, the 5-Year Engagement and Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Both, obviously Jason Segel as the lead, and I adore both of those films. So those are my 5/6 that are on my Mount Rushmore. So was I last? Did you guys all do 5?
Yep, we did 5.
All right. Do you have honorable mentions?
I do. I'm gonna run through my list. It's only a few here.
Yeah.
I have Anchorman.
Yeah, it's good.
Quotable as anything. Mm-hmm. I have Star Wars like Brian did, and then The Big Lebowski.
I have that one down as well. Yeah, The Big Lebowski.
So that's my honorable mentions.
Yep, very good.
Nick.
In addition to The Big Lebowski, we've already named a lot of the ones that I honorable mentions, but another one I have is South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. It is a musical, and all of the songs are to this day burned into my head. I can sing that entire movie. There's so many great, ridiculously, South Park, obviously it's been around for a while. Everybody knows how it is. Just fucking hilarious. It's a masterpiece. The South Park movie, incredible. So I put that on my honorable mentions as well.
I think that spawned their musical when they felt they could write a musical. I think.
Oh,
after that movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Yep. Weird Science, I got that one down too. That's one of my all-time favorites. I'm doubling up on movies that I've just put down for favorite comedies when we've done that episode, but absolutely love that movie. So great.
I love it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
There's one thing that a teenage boy, there's nothing more than a teenage boy loves more than his grandparents.
That's right.
Just some of those odd, just like even the small quotes are great in that movie. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I think that's about it for me. So, Brian, you got some more honorable mentions to throw in the mix here?
Geez, I got a few here. Airplane.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Blazing Saddles. I haven't watched that in a long time, but never get tired of that movie. one watched around Halloween time, Return of the Living Dead. I just love that movie. It's one of the best zombie movies of all time. Just a huge fan of that film. And all in the same vein, Army of Darkness. Never get tired of that. It's the third of the Evil Dead movies with Bruce Campbell, phenomenal. Christmas time, Christmas Vacation makes every holiday list.
Oh, yeah.
I never get tired of watching that movie at Christmas time, and I could watch it now and be perfectly fine with it. Naked Gun, along the same line as the airplane humor. Quentin Tarantino, Kill Bill 1 and 2. I think those.
Yep.
Watch those.
Pulp Fiction. I didn't realize that.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I had Tombstone. Dean, you had that on your list. Smoking the Bandit.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, does some of that hold up today? No, but it's Jackie Gleason at some of his best. Just 1000% 70s movie, a lot of fun, and really any Sean Connery or Roger Moore James Bond movie. Any of those two guys. Now the Daniel Craig ones and the Pierce Brosnan, they're good, but they're not for me as rewatchable as just throw it on. It's mindless fun as the older Bond movies with Sean Connery and Roger Moore. Those I could watch, over and over again. Many more, but that's what I have for honorable mention.
Nice.
So,
very good.
Okay, good stuff. Well, we mentioned some qualities, just real fast here. So we mentioned a few qualities at random and all that. Are there any other qualities, like what makes a movie rewatchable for you? We probably some of the comments we've already kind of made throughout this thing here. So Nick, again, why are these movies? Why are they rewatchable for you? What are the qualities that are rewatchable?
Quotable lines is something that I seem to reference a lot. Quotable lines, maybe a little. Another thing that's big for me is like interactions between characters, the way lines are delivered. Those are big ones for me. Certainly iconic things about the movie, whether it be like a piece of wardrobe or perhaps an accessory, like if there's an electric bike or something like that. I love movies that feature those, and the movie of your life could actually feature an electric bike today if you simply go to Facebook and search RPM Bike Shop. That's right. There are friends located in Carrollton, Ohio. They have the finest selection of electric bikes to offer you, the star in the movie of your life. If you don't believe me, you can go to their Facebook page or perhaps their website, which is rpmbikeshop.com. You can poke around on there and see for yourself. You can also give them a call at 330-808-7792 and be on your very own path to being the leading man or woman in the movie of your life with your fantastic new electric bike from RPM Bike Shop today. So, but those are big ones. Those are all big hallmarks of quotable lines, delivery of lines, electric bikes.
Sure.
Excellent. Dean, what about you? What makes a rewatchable film for you? Yep.
Everything that Nick said, and let me add, the way you felt when you originally watched it. That seems to be, when we were all explaining our movies, kind of a theme throughout, was when you watched it for the first time or when you used to watch as a kid, maybe the moment in your life or something you were doing, or it's part of it. It's part of it that brings you back to those feels, brings you back to those memories a little bit. When you appreciated, because it might be a movie that you laughed at so much as a kid. And like you said, Brian, some of these didn't quite hold up in some aspects, but they did back then. So, you still have that kid in you laughing his ass off at maybe the inappropriate jokes that would be considered inappropriate now. But again, it's still the memory of... It's still the memory of when you first saw it. Yeah.
I with you. It's just a lot of these for me, they were readily available. Because obviously these are movies that when I was a kid, I had to take what I could get on cable. Right. There was no VHS yet. There was no streaming. Obviously, none of that stuff was around. So You just had to catch something on cable and enjoy it. And those are a lot of these movies. Matter of fact, all of mine here. I go back and look at my list again here with Caddyshack, Blues Brothers, Animal House, Star Wars, and Frankenstein. It was stuff that, except for Star Wars as the exception, I just caught as a kid for the first time on cable and television. And it's those connections to those friendships at the time that I continue to grow up with. Those movies are definitely ingrained in my memory. And like I said, all the things you said too, with the quotability and, and all that other stuff. So very, very good. So excellent.
I would like to make one
Sure.
or /2 more last minute suggestion here. The most recent by far, the Spider-Verse movies, either one. I don't care if it's across or into it's those movies. Every time they're on, they're commonly on in my house because one of the kids is watching it. I'm stuck every time. I have to sit there and watch it. And there again, it's kind of one of those visually stunning movies. The storylines are so damn good. And they're like movies that I'm just like, I'm really grateful that like they exist. They're just really fucking good. Like they're very enjoyable every time.
I need to watch
both of those Spider-Verse movies are just off the charts, amazing. But sorry, I had to sneak those in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, that's good stuff. Well, our favorite films are definitely, we all agree, they're a part of our lives. If I may, they're not unlike a tattoo. They're a part of us.
Forever.
They're a part of us forever. And if you want to have something a part of you forever, consider getting yourself a tattoo at Golden Heart Tattoo, our final sponsor in Norton, Ohio, in the Northeast Ohio area. Find them on Facebook at Golden Heart Norton, Norton. Give them a call at 234-706-2982 and find them online at goldenhearttattoos.com. And get yourself like a Dumb and Dumber tattoo or something like that. Wayne's World, whatever. It's I think it's a passion for you.
I would like a Wayne's World tattoo, actually.
That's a good idea. I like that.
I'm one that just says PIG pig.
I like it. Underneath it, is it supposed to be this soft? I like it.
That's right.
Yep. Gentlemen, we have done it. We've come to an end of another infinitely watchable episode of Convincing Idiots. This episode here, I think, Nick, this is going to be viewed for sure with people in a luxury bunker.
Absolutely.
Without question.
For sure.
Episode 176, for sure. I mean, this is up there. This might get like 63 views or listens, something like that. It's really going to just burn up the internet.
It's going to break the internet. That's right.
Especially in a post-apocalyptic world, I feel. So take us out, Nick. So you remember this now, too. So since it's going to be one of our most popular episodes, I'm sure we're going to have an outro that will measure up to the test here.
Worthy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Wow. Right on the spot like that. Okay. Come up with something, they say, and just fucking wing it. Okay. Well, Elmo thinks that you should go find Convincing Idiot. I can't do Elmo. It's an octave I can't do. But I would like to say, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. This week on Saturday Night Live, a very familiar sketch was brought back. Did either one of you see any of this?
Yes.
There was a musical guest, Justin Timberlake, and one of his buddies and a former Saturday Night Live alum, Jimmy Fallon, came back to reprise one of their favorite sketches of all time, which, of course, was the Barry Gant Talk Show. It was fantastic. They brought it out. They were talking about politics, talking about crazy cool chest hair and medallions. That's right. All that and so much more. Speaking of which, if you want to go and find all that and so much more, you can go to Convincing Idiots Linktree. All you got to do is type in Convincing Idiots Linktree. Linktre. You can find links to all of our favorite social media accounts. You can also find that and everything else that your heart desires on convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I am Barry Farragib.
I'm the Zennial Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to come back, rewatch, re-listen to many more fantastic episodes and outros from us, your friends at Convincing Idiots? Good night. Ah. Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.
Ham gravy.
Christmas beer that got me.
Oh, well, there you
Oh,
go.
all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, was
it's
that
been
the
Muni lot.
Muni Lot? That's right. I was
Yeah.
gonna say I couldn't remember which one it was. That's right,
Nice.
Muni Lot. How is it?
It's good. It's solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
Is it
that.
I don't even. Is it a lager or something?
I don't know. Lager Pilsner. It tastes like.
Pilsner. Okay.
It's good though.
Cool.
I
Cool.
like it.
Good.
Flavorful,
You know.
just like Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
Lots of flavor. It's got the flavor saver.
Yep, but it was probably, just like me, it was flavorful, but probably better more toward Christmas time.
Right.
Yeah.